Parliament has in the last 48 hours submitted a list to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission for vetting in the anticipated cabinet reshuffle. And remember, this list comes at a time when Kenyans were anticipating for a handshake between President William Samoei Ruto and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. But in the last 6 hours, I did see Parliament terming the list circulating in the social media handles to be fake. But of course, I'll just have to read you what it did entails. And among the names shortlisted for the purported cabinet slots include Charity Ngilu, Mawara Kebaso, Junet Mohammed, if I'm just to mention but a few. But from where I sit, let us just wait and see if at all we are going to have another realistic list, because this Parliament revoked it, stating that it was fake. But whether fake or real, let us sit, wait and see what the cabinet reshuffle shall all entail. And in this episode, let me just dissect into the purported handshake between President William Samoei Ruto and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, from very credible reports, it is evidently clear there is an imminent handshake that is anticipated between President William Samoei Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta. And from where I sit, I can authoritatively say that if this handshake between the two leaders happens, then I kid you not, it is going to shape the political landscape of this country. But the ramifications that are going to come with this alleged handshake is that the handshake, if it does happen, it is going to portray these two leaders as leaders of great national interest and not leaders of their personal and selfish vendettas, simply because they are going to prove to Kenyans that despite their differences, they are willingly ready to settle their differences, then steer the country forward. And in fact, their unity of purpose is going to seal any divisions that have been to existence since the last general election. Remember, President William Samoei Ruto and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta had their political differences in ideologies simply because Uhuru saw it fit to campaign for the Right Honorable Raila Odinga when President William Samoei Ruto thought he was the best preferred candidate. So if by chance they do a handshake, then that is going to seal their ideological differences as much as the politics of this country is concerned. However, I can also dispute my own statement simply because we should not forget that both President William Samoei Ruto and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta remain to be politicians. And one thing that I've always observed in the political field is that politicians shall always begin to regroup immediately when they feel the status quo is threatened. And in this context, how are they threatened? Remember, President William Samoei Ruto knows it for a fact that there is 100% chance, if not 99%, that he may end up being a one-term president. So they have to come up with some strategies so that they can protect themselves as the status quo. Remember, a vast majority of Kenyans are angered with how President William Samoei Ruto runs his government, and he knows for a fact that if elections are held tomorrow, I kid you not, he is going to be taken to Sugoi. So what does he do? He first brings on board the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, a political giant you and I cannot dispute. Then he now wants to bring on board the former president Uhuru Kenyatta. What does that mean? It simply means that they have begun regrouping simply because their status quo is quite threatened. In short, they could be regrouping just for their own selfish interests. President William Samoei Ruto should just stop playing scent and stop being very selective in his forgiveness. Remember, we did see him forgiving the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga previously to an extent that they formed a broad-based government with him. Here we are today. Rumor has it that he is about to forgive, or they are about to forgive each other with the former president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Then here comes the question: why is President William Samoei Ruto very selective in his forgiveness to an extent that he forgave the two, but he saw it unfit for him to forgive the former DP Rigathi Gachagua? So he forgave the two, but he forgiving the former DP Rigathi Gachagua, that is exactly where he decided to draw a very big line. And before even I come to the penultimate part of this episode, just allow me say this. Is it that President William Samoei Ruto has come to terms with the reality that he may end up being a one-term president, and that could be the reason as to why we are seeing him seeking the full support of all the political bigwigs in this country? Remember, he previously bagged the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, and rumor has it that he is almost reconciling with the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Don't you see something fishy that he is trying to blackmail Kenyans with? And of course, if by any chance President William Samoei Ruto does pocket both Uhuru and Raila as rumor has it, then I kid you not, that shall be a very big blow, not only to Kenyans but also to the purported Gen Zs to whom were willingly ready to vote President Ruto out come 2027, because I strongly believe it shall be next to impossible for Kenyans to kick out the three political giants of this country out of power if it does happen that they stand in one political coalition. But from where I sit, it still remains a wait and see situation. And as I come to the penultimate part of this episode, from where I sit, that has just been my opinion. If by any chance you do have a contrary opinion to mine, you can as well feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll give them a right of reply. And by any chance, if you've been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, you can as well consider hitting on the subscribe button. Thank you and may God bless you.